Welcome to the presentation of the Star Wars Combine concerning the 2010 targets. Behind me, you have the list of all projects we target to implement during the next years. On this schema, you will find all projects in their chronological implementation order. You will find everything from combat features, economical features, public relations projects, and other more technical aspects of the game that we need to address. Combat, which will be our main concern for the next 2 years, has been subdivided into a series of smaller projects. We start by providing the implementation of combat between characters and creatures. Quickly after that, we want to add the possibility for character parties to support combat against creatures. The next step will then involve PvP, meaning character against character, still with the support of their part. Once we will have done with PvP, we will be able to use characters and parties to engage other entities such as facilities, ships and vehicles, so that people will be able to fight against turbo lasers. At the same time, we allow characters to enter facilities and make some sabotage. Ultimately, we will release a full combat where characters will be able to fight from inside their ship and pilot their ship against other fleets. Once we will be done with space combat, we will be able to address orbital and planetary bombardment combat. And ultimately, if everything goes well, we will even introduce space weapons, super weapons. Regarding economical aspects, we plan to address several of our issues by introducing new credit things, such as NPC crews, such as the decay of unused cities. We plan also to introduce more constraints regarding the usage of tax planets, by tweaking some equations, by adding new rules and limitations of tax planets. All these economical fixes or features will be monitored to an admin dashboard where we'll be able to fine-tune some of the parameters we will have introduced. Later on, once the economy has been stabilized, we will focus on R&D and the aspects of introducing new entities into the game. In parallel to all these game features, we concentrate on supporting the player base by providing first a better service through a new ticketing system which will replace our very old email-based system, through several assessments of their satisfaction and of the reason why they keep playing or stop playing. We'll also expand our visibility on the internet, trying to get more people coming to the game, joining the game and staying in the game, which we hope will make for growth. With growth means scalability issues for us. So at the same time, we start inquiring about a new architecture and new database improvement so that we can cope with the growth. This is all for the long-term project. Let's now focus on the 2010 project. What have we planned for this year? During the first quarter, we'll concentrate on some smaller projects, such as expanding our visibility through foreign languages inside the internet, the introduction to some satisfaction survey. Those are for the player-oriented features. Regarding game features, we plan to introduce the concept of NPC crews, NPC speeches, and some limits to the tax equation. During the second quarter, we'll introduce the first aspect of combat between characters and creatures. Coupled with that, we will introduce the ability for players to equip their NPC and party with items. Around that, We complete our user support through the introduction of a wiki guide, which would allow for easier information and better tutorials to be found for new players. In parallel, we keep on working on performance improvements and new servers. During the second half of the year, we'll keep on working on developing combat with the introduction of support of party within combat. We'll develop more the galaxy to provide more open space and a more canon galaxy to the players. Finally, the last quarter of the year will be dedicated to introducing PvP, as in player versus player combat. So that will end our year and targets. Thank you for listening to the Star Wars Combine 2010 targets.